all week to pick you up, but I still wasn't ready for the way you looked walking down those steps. Girl, you took my breath, and my hands shake as I open your door. But I've never been more thankful for that old bench seat as you slide up next to me. And here we go, running at the speed of lightning, leaning in the curves and gravel, flying good years, burning round every turn like the wheels are on fire. Pedal to the metal through every stop sign, pushing that needle through every red line. Two hearts runaway, racing off into the night, and I ain't even put it in drive. Mind, I just shifted gears through every Saturday night for the next 100 years, the next million miles. And all you had to do was smile. And here we go, running at the speed of lightning, leaning in the curves and gravel, flying good years, burning round every turn like the wheels are on fire. Pedal to the metal through every stop sign, pushing that needle through every red line. Two hearts run away, racing off into the night, and I ain't even put it in drive. I don't even need to turn the key. If all we do is stay right here, that'd be just fine with me. 'Cause we're already running at the speed of lightning, leaning in a curve, sending gravel, flying good years, burning round every turn like the wheels are on fire. Pushing that needle through every red line. Two hearts run away, racing off into the night, and I ain't even put it in drive. No, I ain't even put it in put it in drive.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
The way that you walked up and kissed me, the way that I sang for you, nothing can bring up old memories like the songs we made our memories still. Sometimes it hurts to remember, but how could I ever forget? It's impermanent ink, all the pictures of places I can't wash you off, and it's making me crazy. Under my skin in my least favorite shade of blue, and I never wanted tattoos. I used to think I was jaded, at least till I met you. Wish I could say it was fading, 'cause that's the kind of pain I'm used to. Temporary heartbreaks don't leave scars, but we both know you left your mark in permanent ink, all the pictures of places I can't wash you off, and it's making me crazy. Under my skin in my least favorite shade of blue, places I can't wash you off. It's making me crazy. You're under my skin in my least favorite shade of blue. And I never wanted permanent ink, all the pictures of places I can't wash you off, and it's making me crazy. Under my skin in my least favorite shade of blue. And I never wanted, no, I never wanted tattoos.
Her name is Carly Scott Collins. Carly is K-A-R-L-E-Y. Carly Scott Collins. That is called Tattoos. You can check out the video to it on ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. That's our video channel. Welcome to our radio channel. Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, hosting the show, KICR Indie Country Radio. Added.com to that, we are live on our website. And I just told you the address. We're doing the show from Branson, Missouri, the live entertainment capital of the world, and we'll be doing that for the next 3 hours, playing new country's best. Mr. Tommy Carlos kicking off the show tonight with a great song called Put It in Drive. I'm getting ready to put it in drive, and we're going to have a good time tonight. We've got a couple of great radio interviews scheduled for the bottom of this first hour. Mr. Ron Medor will be joining us, and he's a great singer-songwriter. We'll be talking to him first, and then second, in the bottom half of hour number 2, will be Mr. George Becker. So we got 2 great radio interviews lined up tonight. You'll get to hear lots of great new music and the stories behind some of the songs as well. We want to give a big shout out and thank you to all of the radio stations that replay the program. Great radio stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com. They are from Belgium, devilscountryradio.com, radiotheking.be, that is also from Belgium, WVMIradio.com, realradio.us. We are on downtheroadradio.com from Ireland, countrymusicexpress.co.uk. They are from the UK, and our live radio player is on their website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are on Bourbon Trail Radio, thechimpfm.com from Canada, countrythunder.com.au from Australia, WFPNradio.org. We are on Big Records World /radio. They are a great indie record label, and we are proud to be partnered up with those folks as well. Let's get a brand new single in here from J.C. Anderson. Video to this one on ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. It is called Worst Day on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio. New country's best on New Music Friday.
The sun sure showed out, and so did the crowd. They've all come to see you from miles around. The petals have been laid, the ring bearers on the way. Before we do, I got something to say. For worse or for better, I promise you forever. I pray that I'm saying this right. I hope today's the worst day, baby, for the rest of your life. I know you're scared, honey, I'm scared too. As long as we're together, we'll make it through. Right now, it's perfect. but today's just the start. One day when we look back, we'll say that it's so good, so far. For worse or for better, I promise you forever. I pray that I'm saying this right. Today's the worst day, baby. I know there'll be tears, there's nothing to fear. They'll all be happy as long as I'm here. For worse or for better, yeah, I promise you forever. I pray that I'm saying this right. I hope today's the worst day, baby, for the rest of your life. I hope today's the worst day, baby, for the rest of your life.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
Take your coat and grab your hat, I'll see you on down the line. Uncle Tito is on my mind and it makes me feel warm inside. Fire burning, feel the flame, and coffee is on the brew. My friends and family, I'm sitting here thinking of you. It's been a long road, chasing that neon green pie dream, I'm told. But they won't get the best of me, 'cause I've been burned and I lost everything in time or two. It's been a long road getting back home to you. Money's tight and they got the right to take everything but my shoes. The car knows late and I may break the bank if I can't pull through. Pending unsaid miracles or an act from God above, I'll be hitting the road come May or June and I'm walking home in my shoes. It's been a long road, chasing that neon green pie dream, I'm told. But they won't get the best of me, 'cause I've been burned and I lost everything in time or two. It's been a long road getting back home to you. Walmart working at a checkout stand. Oh yeah, and what I mean is I can never be that man. I messed up, but I won't steal, and I have what I need. I got holes in my shoes, but I can't lose with the grace that's been given to me. It's been a long road, chasing that neon green pie dream, I'm told. But they won't get the best of me, 'cause I've been burned and I lost everything in time or two. It's been a long road getting back home to you. It's been a long road, chasing that neon green pie dream, I'm told. But they won't get the best of me, 'cause I've been burned and I lost everything in time or two. It's been a long road getting back home to you. It's been a long road getting back home to you. It's been
making his radio debut tonight on KICR Indie Country Radio, and I want to thank him for blasting all over social media that he was going to be played and added to this radio station tonight. Being added to this radio station automatically gets you on 13 other stations. I listed them in the show open tonight, but they are always posted on our Facebook page, KICR Indie Country Radio, so go give that a like, and you'll find out everything that we got going on, and you'll see our playlist when the shows are over, and you can go back and fast forward and pick out the favorite artists that I'm going to play tonight. You might have some new favorites, that's for sure. This gentleman is one of my favorites. His name is Marty Hedden. This is called A Little Less Lonely on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio. New country's best on New Music Friday.
I'm only half past heartache, and it's almost closing time. Just like that clock on the wall, you're still hanging on my mind. Every sip feels like one more step, a little farther down that line. I'm a little less lonely, a lighter shade of blue. Climbing and stumbling, trying to get over you. Pour me one more round of a double shot of Crown, 'cause I'm drowning her goodbye. I'm a little less lonely, if only for tonight. This glass is empty, maybe I'll be able to smile. Even two-step with a stranger, forget about you for a while. It's a long, hard road, and I'm moving real slow, but at least for a few more miles I'll be lonely, a lighter shade of blue. I'm climbing and stumbling, trying to get over you. Order me one more round of a double shot of Crown, 'cause I'm drowning her goodbye. Shot a Crown, 'cause I'm drowning her goodbye. I'm a little less lonely, if only for tonight.
You're listening to New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio.
Little fun messing around on a Friday night. Think I drank a little too much in the neon light. Hanging out with the girls when you walk in. It's been a while and you say
said she is from St. Louis, Missouri. That is a great summertime song. We'll send it out to Kelsey Parker, listening to us and in our live chat room from the great state of Maryland. And she requested Molly Lovett within a few songs of getting on the air tonight. She says it's a great summertime song. I happen to agree. And boy, it is summertime. I'll tell you what, it is almost 100 degrees, and it's in the evening time now. It was 92 today when I went on the air, and Tuesday we're going to have a heat advisory, about 105 degrees. That's going to be the actual temperature, so stay cool, stay hydrated, everyone. If you're planning a trip to Branson, you can check out the full week's forecast on our website, KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is right under our logo. Making his radio debut on KICR Indie Country Radio tonight, and you can check out the video to this song on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. It is Nate Barnes. This is called Country Does on today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Long as that July corn keeps growing, as long as there's good years kicking up dust, as long as that neon keeps on glowing, we'll keep rolling in about sundown when the work gets done with some friends of mine drinking 2 for 1s. Yeah, country does what country does. It's on these boots and on them trucks, that's right, it's in our blood. Times are changing, ain't changing us. It'll always be what it always was. Country does what country does. Country does what country does. As sure as that homemade whiskey's burning, and there's an old bird dog in the woods, as sure as that John Deere dirt keeps turning and earning, yeah, everything around here's working like it should. I wouldn't change it if I could. Country does what country does. It's on these boots and on them trucks, that's right, it's in our blood. Times are changing, ain't changing us. It'll always be what it always was. Country does what country does. Country does what country does. Yeah, we just won 2-lane AAA, 4x4s and the FFA. But Friday football came around here. Crazy girls and ice cold beer. Yeah, ice cold beer. Country does what country does. It's on these boots and on them trucks, that's right, it's in our blood. Times are changing, ain't changing us. It'll always be what it always was. Country does what country does. Yeah, country does what country does. Yeah, we just won 2-lane AAA, 4x4s and the FFA. Friday football came around here. Crazy girls and ice cold beer. Yeah, country does what country does, what country does.
Number 1 for today's country. New music discovery. Now.
Excuse a way I make the same mistake on my way back to you. Excuse us string you tie to tangle my heart and mind into the excuse. Gets you just one more chance to do what you always do every single time. The excuse I use is you don't mean to, but I know the truth. I'm just delaying goodbye. Tell me what is worse, just stringing my heart along, or the fact that I hold on to something I know is wrong. Is the blame on me for opening that same damn door, or is it all on you for promising like before? If we're trying to keep some kind of win-lose score, I don't really know who's making the excuse anymore. Excuse, an hour late, you had to stay. Throw the blame on something new. Excuse, I tell myself you can't help the hell you put me through. The excuse that cuts the deepest wound is when you say you want this, but I'm the last thing on your list. Tell me what is worse, just stringing my heart along, or the fact that I hold on to something I know is wrong. Is the blame on me for opening that same damn door, or is it all on you for promising like before? If we're trying to keep some kind of win-lose score, I don't really know who's making the excuse anymore. I wish I could excuse it, but I gotta move on. I'm all out of excuses, so it looks like I'm gone. And I ain't letting you string my heart along. It's time I let go of what I know is wrong. Won't be the one to blame, 'cause I slammed that door, and your promises won't get to me, they'll just hit the floor. I'm done trying to keep some kind of win-lose score. I ain't gonna be making the excuse anymore. Everybody wins when we're keeping score. I won't let you back in, no, not anymore. Everybody wins when we're keeping score. I won't let you back in, no, not anymore.
Her name is Lauren Hall. That is her latest single called Excuse, and we've got a couple of videos of hers on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. Well, it is my pleasure to be talking to this gentleman tonight on the radio, Mr. Ron Madore. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you, Tim?
Doing great. Thanks for doing the radio program tonight. I've been looking forward to this one.
My pleasure. I'm looking forward to it, too. Looking forward to meeting everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And in person one of these days. We're doing some things in Branson that'll bring a lot of artists here, and hopefully you can make it one of these days.
I'm going to have to make a trip out there. I got a few people I need to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one of them's in our live chat room. We were talking about her off the air. Sandy Terrell, Danny Terrell's mom's in here, and we actually met them in Springfield, Missouri. I know David Wagner and Jill and all of those folks that you know are listening, so a big shout out to those guys.
Yeah, Cindy Rogie, too, and Jill. Yes, absolutely. And I would just love to meet with David, and definitely Sandra, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely you will one of these days. We know that for a fact. Now, you're calling from South Carolina, right?
Yes, sir.
And Spartanburg? That's where you grew up?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And country music wasn't always your thing. You were in a band called Satire in high school, in your high school days, and in the 80s you were with a band called Simplicity. So tell us a little about your music journey. I'm looking at it, but I'll let you tell it.
Well, I've been in several bands, mostly rock and kind of like a adult contemporary rock type thing. It's something I always enjoyed to listen to when growing up. Bands like Boston, Journey, Foreigner, Kansas, those things like that.
Oh.
So Yeah.
Now we're talking, because when I started in radio, it was in the 80s. I went to broadcasting school in 86 in San Diego, and that's what I played at the school, because we got to take our own vinyl records and play what we wanted, and it was Journey, Madonna, and all that for me, too. Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I found myself just sitting in my room listening to music all the time, not only just to listen to it about, how great the songs were back then, too, but also for the reason of learning the structure of writing songs. I want to know how it worked and how they made it on the radio.
Yeah.
And that was big to me. But been through several bands growing up, and we toured along the coast, East Coast, all the way from Florida to Connecticut, and I just had a blast back then. It was great.
Yeah. And boy, isn't that a timeless decade of that 80s music? We still listen to a light rock station here when we're not listening to this show, and I don't listen to myself that much on the radio, honestly, anymore. But I like this light rock station that they have in Springfield that plays all of that stuff, and Chicago and Journey and REO Speedwagon and Phil Collins and Genesis when he was with that group, and oh my goodness,
they're all timeless bands. They just keep going. You never get tired of that. You never get tired of that.
And you wanted to know the inner workings, you said, of a song and what makes it great. Did you learn anything? And I know you write songs, and we'll talk about that here in a minute.
Okay. Did I learn anything from it?
Yeah, about
absolutely.
what makes a song a hit on the radio, especially.
Yeah, you learn the building blocks of the song, the intros, the verses, the chorus, pre-chorus, things like that. Not everybody was exactly the same way, and that's what made some of them stand out more than others, And at that time, as they grew and got more popular, they could pretty much do what they wanted to, and it still sounded good.
Yeah, that's for sure. And there were so many great albums back then, and I get that once in a while, and especially for last night's show on the Triple Play Thursday thing, I like to have 3 really great songs to put on that program. And back then, there were so many good albums. There were so many songs. It was hard to pick a favorite off of just an album like Heart and some of those folks, man. Ann and Nancy Wilson, they just had the pipes, the vocals, the production, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, Heart was amazing, and still are,
Yeah, they are.
Fantastic.
And there's just so many of them. And then slower songs like James Taylor. What a voice. I mean, he can sing just about anything.
He was absolutely amazing. Excellent songwriter, too, and it's just one of my personal favorites as well. I agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely. But now you converted and kind of got into country music. Tell us about that. Tell us about that journey.
Well, having traveled along the coast, in the north and the south, I got a good mixture of different music and the vibes from different people from the north and from the south. And I just always had it inside of me that I loved country music. And I just, some artists like Kenny Chesney, on George Strait. There's different ones that I really got close to. Alabama was another one too. And I just felt like I could lean towards that a little bit more comfortably. So even though I loved the rock back then, and I could scream with the best of them, but as far as country though, there's just something more deeper about that to me with the lyric.
Yeah.
And the storytelling,
Yeah. And I'm looking again at your bio, and you even was in a hurricane in Bradford, Connecticut during a show, and it said that you were running the show with just generators. Now, in the Branson area, and I'm from the Midwest, lived in Oklahoma for 20 years, but when I come to Missouri, I was in that Joplin tornado in 2011, and then 9 months later, I was in a Branson tornado here in 2012. Wow. So we have a lot of those. No hurricanes, but I know what you're going through when the power's out and you're going totally off of generators. I've been there.
Yeah, I remember going to the club there, and it wasn't a big venue, but I mean, probably a good 300 or 400 people were in there, and they all managed that they wanted to get out and be there because they knew that we were going to be there too, so that helped. But as soon as we got there, and it was storming outside, it was pretty windy, but as soon as we unloaded the van, the power went out, and the man says, "What are we going to do with all these people here now? We don't want them out driving around now." And we said, "I said, we got a generator in the back of the van. Let's put that up and hook it up." We did. We put on the show. Yep, it may not have been all the amps and all the equipment, but at least we made it sufficient, for everybody to have something, right, so we could entertain in some way. That was fun, though. It was fun.
That is awesome. Yeah, and it's really a neat experience to be able to overcome those challenges because we're talking about it on the radio still to this day. That's cool, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. That was a little while ago. And, so you just got to give your best for the show, and to the people that are there.
Absolutely.
They enjoyed it. They had a good time, and that's all that mattered.
It says you've been writing song lyrics since you were 16 years old. You used to be in your bedroom, like you mentioned, and listening to your vinyl and cassette records. And I did the same thing years ago, and I see it on Facebook now, they recall those memories. And we actually did this, and I'm sure you did too. When a song came on the radio, and if you wanted to record it, you had to have your finger ready to hit the record button on that cassette player, didn't you?
That's right. And I just remember that I could see myself still in those days and just closing the bedroom door. I didn't want to be bothered by any of my siblings or anything like that, but they'll tell you to this day that that's what they remember a lot about what I used to do.
Yeah.
And that would be just locked in that room and just listening to music.
When I was a youngster, I used to have a coffee can set up as a microphone, and I would talk into that, get a little bit of reverb into an empty coffee can, and DJ to the songs because I wanted to be on the radio when I was a real young man.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you finished the coffee first, right?
Yeah, well, Dad did. My dad put coffee in my baby bottle when I was a kid. I was raised on that.
It's a little caffeine high, I guess. I don't know.
That's right. I still love coffee to this day. That starts my day. But
I get to see the cans all over your office right now.
Yeah.
So.
But back in the day, music-wise, it was the DJs that I was really listening to, along with the music, and folks like Casey Kasem and Rick Dees and Jay Thomas, who used to be on Power 106 in L.A. Jay Thomas was Carla's husband in Cheers back in the 80s when that show was on television. He has since passed away. He used to be on David Letterman all the time, and David Letterman and him had some really great interviews. But that's what made me want to be in radio. But when I married a gal from Oklahoma, and it was real close to Texas, we were an hour from Texas border down there, everybody's listening to countries, and that 90s country kind of got me. I don't know about when you kind of got into it, but that was it for me.
Yeah, and plus being in South Carolina too, I hear it a lot. South Carolina's huge on country music, and I just love it. I love visiting Nashville as well. But it's just to me, it's my style. It's my kind of music that I love so much right now.
Well, I'm looking at you've released 3 solo albums, some various singles throughout your career. First one in '96, Time Stands Still. That the title of the album then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. And 2003, Vision Quest?
Correct.
2012, you got Southern Ice, and then November of 2020, Intoxicating. And we've got a song that we're going to kick off here in just a little bit called She Is So Intoxicating. So tell us about that one.
Well, it's a song that I wrote with Jill Chase, and I wrote with David Wagner, I think it was Wags. We got together, Jill and I talked to Jill and David. Actually, I talked to David first, and he says, I got somebody that might want to help us. And I said, okay, let's go for it. And that's when Jill Chase came on board. And we just seemed like we really, all three of us clicked at that moment to write the lyrics to the song, and it went pretty well and fast.
Yeah.
And but they're both amazing writers, and I so enjoyed it with them. And so now we've been continuing that effort with new songs.
That is awesome. I met David Wagner. I was telling you off of the air about 2 months ago in Springfield, and we walked into his bedroom, which he's got a wall of fame in there for his songwriting and everything. And I'm looking at the wall, and I'm like, I know him. I've interviewed him on the radio. I know her. Tiana Woods from Canada. You probably know her too.
She's a great singer, yes.
Yeah, so, I'm looking at his wall, and of course you got Danny Terrell on there, and, Danny Terrell, we met about 3 weeks later. Mom's hanging out in the chat room. She just said, remember Rick Dees and Disco Duck? Yeah, I remember that too.
I do remember that.
So, great folks.
Danny Terrell's a great artist,
Yep.
awesome artist, and I'm so happy for him, and everything that he's going through right now. And
Yep.
Song of the Year too. He's been nominated with what happens to be one of the songs that I've worked with Jill as well, Jill Chase.
Now,
and, for Roots.
I have since become friends with Jill Chase through you guys as well. Tell us a little bit about her and where she's from.
She is from, I believe, Schenectady, New York.
Okay.
And upstate New York, and she is very detailed. She's pretty impressive writer. She knows what she wants and she goes for it, and that's what I love actually mostly about her. And not only the fact that she's an awesome writer. So, but I enjoy writing with her, and I enjoy writing with Cindy Rogie as well. And the three of us have been working quite a bit together.
How did you all come together and meet? And even though you haven't met in person, probably all of you, but how did you guys all get together and start writing together?
Well, it goes back a little further with Cindy. Cindy Rogie, there was a website that we visited often, and for sharing our songs and things like that. And I knew of her, and I kind of followed her as well in some things she was posting on that particular website. But then as time went on a little bit, like I said, with She's So Intoxicating, it was a song that I started with David and then moved on with Jill. Mm-hmm. Well, since Jill and David and I have worked together quite a few times, I also knew Cindy, and I asked Jill, I said, hey, what do you think about adding one more person on this? And I said, I got a friend who's Cindy. Her name is Cindy. And I think you two would get along really well, too.
Yeah.
So, and they've been flourishing together. They write well together. I'm always excited to see what something new they have and that they're writing.
Yeah. David Wagner here a while back, he was real proud of it because he's got his first royalty check from BMI.
Awesome. See, there you go.
So, things are starting to happen. He said he had to make $100 before he got his first one. And I'm that way in radio because my show is monetized with ads that you got to listen to a couple of 30-second ads before the show starts. But I got my first check for doing radio, and I've been doing it for 10 years. So.
I love David. He's an awesome guy, and always followed him as well on that same website that I knew where Cindy was, that I met Cindy on, and that was quite a few years ago. And but David was a writer as well and sharing some of his music, and so I knew him there as well. So we've always just stayed connected. But there was a time when I felt like, it'd be kind of cool if we get everybody together and start writing together.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Well, you guys are all great people. I've talked to several of you and messaged back and forth. And so, this whole relationship of doing this long enough and you doing your thing and me doing mine on the radio, we all kind of meet together. This indie community of country music is a big community, but yet it's small at the same time. And everybody seems to know everybody, and it just all kind of comes back around.
Exactly, and the good thing is that because of our formula, whereas we can create the music, we can actually do the vocals to each line as we're writing the song sometimes, and see how things fit, helps with that situation, So
right.
You're not just writing the lyric and then hoping you can find some music for it. We're kind of trying to put everything together, including working with tune designer as well.
Now I know that you have a full-time position that you do to provide for yourself and work, and you're awesome at that. We talked about that off the air tonight. But how do you guys do your passionate thing, what you're really wanting to do, and writing songs and everything? Do you plan time to do these co-writes and make a special night or a special couple of hours on a weekend or something like that to get together?
Absolutely. Yeah, we do that. We sometimes plan on hey, see you tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Or the cool thing is that sometimes Jill or Cindy will pop in and just say, hey, I got this idea, or here's an older song that I've worked on before. I think it'll work for this music. We're constantly trying to put things together. It's an endless thing, and because otherwise, if anybody stops, and you're kind of wasting, that time, but not being able to do something like that.
You know,
So,
that's an amazing thing, and I've found this out, and I've known this for a long time by doing this show for 10 years, that not every bit of music comes out of Music City and Nashville. It comes from everywhere, and we send it back everywhere. We're on 13 syndicated stations around the world. We got Ludo Sturkins, one of the gentlemen that owns a radio station in Belgium, playing my show, just popped into our chat room tonight. So, you know,
shout out to Ludo. Just shout out to Ludo.
Absolutely. But they love the country music that you guys make over here in the United States. Not necessarily out of Nashville, but it's coming from everywhere. And they love it, and that's why they love having our show on here, because they get to hear this music that they wouldn't necessarily get to hear if it wasn't for you guys doing your thing and us putting it out over the airwaves.
Yeah, we love doing it.
Yeah, I can tell. You are fired up about it.
Yes, sir.
Let's play your first single called She's So Intoxicating, and then we'll come back and talk some more. Sound good?
Sounds good. I appreciate that.
You
Thanks
got
so
it. His name is Ron Mador. He's the artist on this one as well on KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Quarters down, it's bottoms up. Girls got game, she's strutting her stuff. That old Milwaukee neon is dancing in her hair. Took a shot of gin as I watched the 8-ball drop in. She said, boy, I think you're up next, so take your best shot. Come on and take me on if you dare. Every shot's a dream in the making. She's so captivating. I wanna make all of hers come true. Every look, my heart is racing. This is more than a game we're playing. Sometimes you win even when you lose. She's so intoxicating. Her green eyes lit when I chalked up my stick. She knew I'd scratch when she blew me that kiss with the tip of my Stetson. I ordered us another round. I knew I was done when she dropped them one by one. And she said, boy, wanna play me again? I think you might win. Just pick up on what I'm putting down. Every shot's a dream in the making. She's so captivating. I wanna make all of hers come true. Every look, my heart is racing. Is it more than a game we're playing? Sometimes you win even when you lose. She's so intoxicating. It's a game of love she's been whacking up. Some say it's skill, some call it luck. Every shot's a dream in the making. I wanna make all of hers come true. Every look, my heart is racing. Is it more than a game we're playing? Sometimes you win even when you lose. She's so intoxicating.
His name is Ron Mador. That is called She's So Intoxicating. Great job on that song, and I love that one, man. That's of the ones that you've sent me, that was my favorite out of the first bunch, for sure.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Then I knew I had to hear more, and you have done that. You've sent me a bunch of them. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Just in case. You never know.
That's
you know?
right. Hey, you never know who's out there listening, and you guys being great singers of these songs and performers, but the lyrics are so great, and some of these bigger names out there in the world of country music might pick you up, and that's the idea, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're hoping for it. We've done a lot of sync work. We're working on that. Some of them have been signed as well. A new song coming out we just did not too long ago, me, Jill, and Cindy, was Smoking Gun.
Uh-huh.
And a band from actually Springfield, Missouri, out by you,
Yeah.
Midwest Thick, is looking to plan to put it on their next CD. The song is called Smoking Gun.
That is awesome. I love that. And I was telling you off the air when you just told me that David Wagner knows a bunch of these folks from the local area to where I'm at in Branson and Springfield and all that. And we've been playing White Oak Revival a little bit from Marshfield, Missouri, which is just north and east of where I'm at. And one of these days we're all going to hook up and interview them too. But he knows a bunch of these local bands, and I'm still getting blown away by the local talent here that I'm still just finding out about, like Danny Terrell, who we're going to play here in a little bit, and Mom Sandy in the chat room. Gentleman is fantastic.
Yes, and it sounds like you got a lot going on out there in Missouri, and that's awesome. And we're looking forward to maybe hearing Smoking Gun played often, and we want to hear that, and I'm looking forward to what they could do with it. And but Danny Terrell, yes, he's awesome. His song Roots that he performed on, that was written by Jill and I, and he's just did a phenomenal job on that song.
Yes, he did.
I love his work. I love his voice. He's just awesome. And
I agree.
It was nominated for Song of the Year at the JMA Awards, and or JMAs, and I'm hoping that everything goes well.
Now, last year he won Album of the Year, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a big independent award show, the Josie Music Awards, and so he's up for Single of the Year with Roots, and we're going to kick off hour number 2 with that song here coming up in just a little bit. But
awesome.
This next song, it is called "I'm Impressed." Boy, I'm impressed with this interview and the songwriting and the lyrics and the whole 9 yards. So that's a good title for this song.
This was a fun song for us to do, Jill, Cindy, and I, and we enjoyed it. And I went ahead and did the vocals on that. Check it out.
Awesome. We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it right now, and then we got one more that you want to talk about here in just a minute. We're live with Ron Medor. This is called "I'm Impressed." KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
9 to 5, she's dialed down for work, all business-like, with her tucked-in shirt. Wears a cover above her string bikini at a tiki bar, drinking something fruity. It's long-sleeve dresses that sweep the floor, when black tie is what they're calling for. Red sole shoes with them 3-inch heels, diamonds dripping from her ears. But the shoes kick off walking through the door, barefoot swinging on our front porch, sipping on whiskey in a cotton dress. I'm impressed, I'm impressed. She's a hot flannel mess, letting loose in the kitchen, dirty dancing and wrong words singing. She's dressed in confidence, I'm impressed. She wears leather boots that climb her thighs when we hit the town out on our date night, slipping into her little bit fancy or third row seating at the Grand Ole Opry. She's rocking Titan jerseys under satin sheets most nights when she falls asleep. Likes her old Tacovas with pointed toes when we're taking in a Houston rodeo. But the shoes kick off walking through the door, barefoot swinging on our front porch, sipping on whiskey in a walking through the door, barefoot swinging on our front porch, sipping on whiskey in a cotton dress. I'm impressed, I'm impressed. She's a high flannel mess, letting loose in the kitchen, dirty dancing and wrong words singing. She's dressed in confidence, I'm impressed.
Once again, his name is Ron Medore. That is called I'm Impressed, I'm Impressed. That is a great song, great title, good music on the radio on New Music Friday right here. And that's why we call the station New Country's Best. You can follow us there on Twitter as well, because you're going to hear the best in new country music right here, ladies and gentlemen. But Ron Medore, it has been a pleasure talking to you tonight. You got a lot more stories to tell. We've been telling some off the air and having a good time. I've enjoyed myself tonight.
Absolutely, me too. Me too, Ken.
It's been a lot of fun.
I appreciate all you do.
Well, you're welcome. I appreciate doing it. And, I'm working things out where hopefully I can do it some more. 2 shows a week sometimes just aren't enough. I need to do more.
Yeah, we need about an hour next time, okay?
Yeah, that's right. And longer interviews, too. Absolutely. We'll get you back in a month or two. If you want to come back, I'm switching over to mornings come September the 1st. I'll go on the air at 9 a.m. till noon Central Time. Live as usual on Thursdays and Fridays, but love to have you back in a few months.
Oh, I would love to do that again. Yep, and gosh, with Jill Chase and Cindy, Rogie and David, I mean, there's more things to come, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, are you big on social media and try to sell some of the music that you guys got put together or anything like that?
We're working on that with publishers and trying to get a few more songs out there. We're just so careful of what we do, and we're also particular, very particular on what we put out. And we're just trying to make sure we're doing our best,
That's
so,
awesome.
But it's an ongoing thing. We just want to make everybody happy with what they hear and make the song somewhat special. From the lyric and everything standpoint, the lyric standpoint and everything, we want to make that, we want people to feel our songs.
Absolutely. Well, you guys are putting out quality products, and to get on this program, that's what we're looking for, that. And like I say, that's why we call it New Country's Best. We want the cream of the crop, and you guys are putting that together, so we appreciate it.
I appreciate that. We appreciate it. And
now,
I'm sure I can speak on behalf of them as well that we really appreciate that.
Absolutely. The third song that we want to play is called Best View at Sunset. You're the vocalist on this one and the artist, but tell us a little bit about this one.
Best View at Sunset. I mean, Cindy Rogie, she began writing that song, the lyric to it, and I just immediately fell in love with what she was writing there. She's amazing as well, and I just couldn't resist. I said, let's go ahead and put this song together, and we did. Yeah. But she really put her heart and soul into that one, and listen to the lyric really closely, and you'll see what I mean.
There you go. And we're going to kick off hour number 2 with Danny Terrell and his song Roots, and you guys helped put that one together too, lyric-wise, I hear.
Yeah, Jill and I had wrote that song, and she's, again, another phenomenal writer. She's amazing. And that one, we wrote it in several different ways, and we finally decided on that one that you hear on Roots right now. So there's a bigger story to that song, but maybe one day we can get deeper into that one. Okay?
There you go. We'll save that for our second interview.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Hey, I've done 4 and 5 interviews with the same artist, so be sure to keep me on the books or get me on the books, and we'll have you back in a few months. I'd absolutely love it.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it, and thanks to everybody else for listening.
You have a great weekend, and stay cool. Going to be pretty hot probably in South Carolina this weekend, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I wouldn't change it for the world.
Oh, absolutely. Same here. I love it. I love it when the music's really hot, too.
That's right. That's right. Tim, thank you so much, bud.
You're welcome, Mr. Ron Medore. Best View at Sunset right here on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Before dawn to start my day, you asleep and my shirt has me aching to stay. it's done, it's done. In my favorite little park, a little one-on-one. Before the daylight ends, I'll be holding you again. When the auburn sky blankets the trees, the vivid bright colors flying by so free. A brilliant Monet fading into the night, admiring your beauty under dimming light. 'Cause being here with you is as good as life gets. 'Cause you're the best view at sunset. Yeah, at sunset. Wrapped up in my arms in a moonlit embrace, beneath these dancing stars bears a smile to my face. Snuggled in so tight, it makes this feel so right. The touch of your hand, the warmth of your skin, your sweet tasting kiss gets me reeling again. Amazed by this love we found, even better when the sun goes down. When the auburn sky blankets the trees, vivid bright colors flying by so free. A brilliant Monet fading into the night, admiring your beauty under dimming light. 'Cause being here with you is as good as life gets. 'Cause you're the best view at sunset. Your beauty is so much more than meets the eye. 'Cause your heart and light shines through from the inside. When the auburn sky blankets the trees, vivid bright colors flying by so free. A brilliant Monet fading into the night, admiring your beauty under dimming light. 'Cause being here with you is as good as life gets. 'Cause you're the best view at sunset. Yeah, the best view at sunset. Best view at sunset.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
Taking down that faded sign that finally sold that old house of mine. Farmhouse, kitchen, and empty rooms. Big oak tree from where I watched the moon. Hidden up high in them whispering leaves. Best of my childhood memories. Built from daddy's love and sweat. Filled with peace and my innocence. If those four walls got to talking, the stories they'd be recalling would tell you everything about who I am. I spent half my life dreaming out loud, 10 feet high above the ground. I grew wings like big boys do. That old abandoned tree house gave me roots. Yeah, my roots. I remember Daddy cussing up a storm when that rusted hammer smashed his thumb. Mama bringing us some chicken and biscuits. Or so a needle to dig out the splinters. A secret password if you want it in. A crooked ladder to an old rope swing. Summer rain dancing on the tin roof. Spin a bottle with a perfect view. If those four walls got to talking, the stories they'd be recalling would tell you everything about who I am. I spent half my life dreaming out loud, 10 feet high above the ground. I grew
tell. Ain't nothing but a minute.
Growing up in it, the walls know everything. Yeah, everything. 'Cause I spent half my life dreaming out loud, 10 feet high above the ground. I grew wings like big boys do. That old abandoned treehouse gave me roots. Yeah, my roots. That old treehouse of mine, it gave me my roots. It gave me my
His name is Danny Terrell. He is from Springfield, Missouri. We talked about him a lot in the radio interview because that song Roots was written by my good buddy that I just interviewed, Mr. Ron Madore and Miss Jill Chase. It is a fantastic song, a hit song in my opinion. That's why we play it on the radio station, but you can also check out the video to it on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. Welcome to hour number 2 of Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, hosting the show. We just wrapped up a great radio interview with Ron Madore. At the bottom of this hour, we've got another great radio interview. Mr. George Becker will be joining the program, and he's got some fantastic music. You're definitely not going to want to miss that one as well. Mr. John Wolf is up next from the great state of Texas. Jon is John. Wolf has an E on the end of it. His latest single is called A Cowgirl Like You. It just dropped this week. We're going to drop it right now on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio. New country's best on New Music Friday.
A sky full of stars, a saddle for a pillow, whistling wind on the range, smell the mesquite from a crackling fire glowing soft, and his coffee to drink. Cowboys are rugged, they're wild and they're tough. All the stories they tell are all true, but a cowboy ain't nothing till he's loved by a cowgirl like you. You're the tip of an yay-ho in a dusty old bar at the end of a long, lonesome trail. You're that first taste of freedom, first breath of fresh air to an outlaw just out of jail. You're the dream I had someday, that nail by the doorway I could hang so hat on to. Now a cowboy ain't nothing till he's loved by a cowgirl like you. These wide open spaces ain't meant for wandering alone. With you right beside me, that old desperado feeling inside me is gone. When I look in your eyes, you see the rest of my life. Ain't a sunset worth riding into. Now a cowboy ain't nothing till he's loved by a cowgirl like you. Wide open spaces ain't meant for wandering. inside me is gone. When I look in your eyes, see the rest of my life. Ain't a sunset worth riding into. A cowboy ain't nothing till he's loved by a cowgirl like you. A cowgirl like you.
Party till we drop.
It's always a party.
Just partying it up.
Your country party is here all summer.
It's summertime.
Crank up the AC, because things are heating up.
No, seriously, turn up the AC or the shirt's coming off. You don't want to see this dad bod.
Turning up the summer country right now.
Every single summer I wonder if you think about me.
Your summertime station is Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
Every single summer I still think about how we used to ride around town in your hand-me-down Ford. Blue eyes on a boat dock, making small talk, trying not to say the wrong thing. Dancing to a Dirk song, didn't take long. Strangers turn to lovers in a blink. Ooh, most of the year I'm fine without you. But every single summer I still think about how we used to ride around town in your hand-me-down Ford. Parking by the water, start floating like bobbers until the sun kissed the shore. It was you and me, living bigger than we could afford, sitting in a sycamore tree. Every single summer I wonder if you think about me. Red lips on a Coke can, caught myself falling for your farmer's tan. Still ain't found a better sunset yet. Ever since you left I've been trying, but I can't. Every single summer I still think about how we used to ride around town in your hand-me-down Ford. Parking by the water, start floating like bobbers until the sun kissed the shore. It was you and me, living bigger than we could afford, sitting in a sycamore tree. Every single summer I wonder if you think about me and your teeth singing Red Dirt Road, slow kissing you in the bumper glow. Do you wish you were there? Are you wondering where did it go? Where did it go? Every single summer I still think about how we used to ride around town in your hand-me-down Ford. Parking by the water, start floating like bobbers until the sun kissed the shore. It was you and me, living bigger than we could afford, sitting in a sycamore tree. Every single summer I wonder if you think about me.
What a great summertime song that is. Her name is Marin Taylor. That is called Every Single Summer, her latest single. You can check out the video to it on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. Well, we just played an artist from the state of Texas, so let's do it again. And this time, she's singing about the state of Texas. This video also on our TV channel, the latest single from Jenna Paulette. It is called El Paso on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on New Music Friday.
I bet you out there checking fences, bringing all the mail in. 2 fingers of bourbon, waiting for me to check in. And And when you go to sleep in our bed, I hope you know you're in my head, pulling me a little closer, your lips kissing my shoulder. You're promising you'll hold me and love me when I'm old me, but not a damn thing would change, even when I fly away. You got both feet on the ground, I'm on the moon up so high, shining down on a different town, just dreaming as big as a Texas sky. But now I'm missing home while I'm out here on the road. Ooh, yeah. You got away with that last soul, pulling me back to El Paso. I lost track of all the miles, sleeping in between the cities, but I can't forget your smile, cause I got your picture with me. So even in this hotel bed, you're the only thing in my head. When I'm under bright lights, it almost gets me too high. But baby, every word I sing about you, every word's the whole damn truth. You got both feet on the ground, I'm on the moon up so high, shining down on a different town, just dreaming as big as a Texas sky. But now I'm missing home while I'm out here on the road. Ooh, yeah. You got away with that last soul, pulling me back to El Paso. When I'm under bright lights, it almost gets me too high. But baby, every word I sing about you, every word's the whole damn truth. You got both feet on the ground, I'm on the moon up so high, shining down on a different town, just dreaming as big as a Texas sky. But now I'm missing home while I'm out here on the road. Ooh, yeah. You got away with that last soul, pulling me back to El Paso.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do. Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Girl, you don't need another outlaw. Ain't looking for another Jesse James. Don't be fooled by my hat and boots. No, we ain't all the same. We don't all disappear into the sunset. Ain't all gunslanging, saloon door swinging drunks. We ain't all rough-cut ramblers out here gambling with love. From the looks of it, I can tell your heart's breaking. Dancing and stress, and you need saving. Girl, that's what cowboys are for. They ain't built for running, no, we're riding to the storm. Be your strength when you feel weak. Come in and sweep you off your feet. So take my hand, but let's get back up on that horse. 'Cause that's
cowboys are for. Ain't built for running. We're right into the store. Your strength and you feel weak. Come, let's sweep you off your feet. So take my hand, let's get back up on that horse. That's what cowboys are for. That's what cowboys are for. That's what cowboys are for.
He has been touring with the one, the only Tim McGraw. His name is Brandon Davis. That's what cowboys are for, right there on KICR Indie Country Radio. Title track to his album that just dropped on Valentine's Day is called Hearts Don't Rust. Go get that one by Brandon Davis. Lots of good songs on there, and you can hear a recorded show that we did for Triple Play Thursday on our website, KICRIndieCountryRadio.com, and we played the title track from that. Well, I'm getting a phone call. It's about time for another interview. The latest single from Kyle Coolahan is called Fell in Love Again on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Every now and then I get a little bit lost when I look in your eyes. And I'm hanging on to every word that's rolling off of your lips and losing track of time. Oh, and I can't help myself. Oh, damn it, I fell in love again, like heaven opened up and went and let me walk right on in. Every time's the first time again. Yeah, all you gotta do is smile to change the way that my world spins. Baby, I'm so caught up. Damn it, I fell in love again. Every morning when I look at you with those sleepy eyes, I gotta catch my breath. And I could spend the rest of forever just feeling your cheek on my chest. Oh, and I can't help myself. Damn it, I fell in love again, like heaven opened up and went and let me walk right on in. Every time's the first time again. Yeah, all you gotta do is smile to change the way that my world spins. Baby, I'm so caught up. Damn it, I fell in love again. Over and over and over, it's out of control. And over and over and over, it never gets old. Damn it, I
Once again, that is the latest single from Kyle Coolahan. It is called Fell in Love Again. I've been seeing that one getting blasted all over that cool little app called TikTok, and I follow him over there, Mr. Kyle Coolahan. And you can follow me on TikTok at Tim Kelly On Air. I am also over there on Instagram and Twitter as well. Love to meet you and lead you to some of the best new country music you've ever heard that we play on this program. Well, we've got another great radio interview lined up tonight. I've got Mr. George Becker with me. How are you, my friend?
I am awesome. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you are. So is your music.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that.
Absolutely. One of the best things I love doing when I'm not on the radio is checking my email for new music. And you had 3 songs that you sent me that were in it, and I was pleased with every one of them.
Good. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I really do.
Absolutely. I'm not sure how you found me, so you may be able to tell that, but I'm glad you did.
Well, I believe you came up in my Spotify search, and the rest is history.
There you go.
Facebook, Spotify. You asked for submissions. I gave you my submissions, and here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were just talking about that. I was telling you all the different formats that the radio program goes to, and you said, I already follow you on Spotify, so that's how you found me. That's good. I love that.
That's
so
right.
We'll chalk one down for Spotify on my list. I love that. And I actually physically have to go post to Spotify after the show is over, and then we send the show to Belgium and Germany. I was telling the last artist that I was interviewing, they cannot download legally from over here off of the format that we use, so that's why they love this country music so much, and they want it over there because it's programs like this that we have to actually send it to them.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
So they're starving for good country music over there in some of these places, and you guys are sure making it. Well, tell us about yourself. You are from New Jersey, correct?
I am from New Jersey. I'm from Somerset County, New Jersey, and I am kind of new into the country genre. I am a singer-songwriter that has been fronting a rock band called Jaded Past for the past decade. And I've been in the music business for longer than that.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to long because I don't want to tell you how old I am, but that's beside the point. So with that being said, even my rock music that I have been doing is country flavored or southern fried. You know, my dad was a big country music buff, so we went from there. And I got to tell you, after a few visits down in Nashville and talking to the country artists and getting to know singer-songwriters down there, here I am. Now I'm in the country.
I love it. You know, I'm not going to tell you how old I am either. Amazon says I'm still in my prime, but at least till the end of the month. But, you know, hey, I play 11-year-old girls on here, Brooklyn Summer. I think she's turned 12 now, but, you know, we've got them as young as 11 years old in this program. And Freddie Pate, my buddy, I just interviewed about a month ago, just turned 65. So we got a wide variety of ages on this program that are still doing the thing independently as indie artists, and I love that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, well, that's today's thing, you know.
And good music is good music. Great music is great music. You make great music, so that's how you get on this program, man. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Thank you so much. I really do. You can keep saying it, though.
Yeah, and the longer you've been doing it, the more experienced you are at it, because, you know, it's not just in making the music, but it's a crazy business, too, isn't it? And you learn a lot along the way, don't you?
You do learn a lot. Some good, some bad, but you do learn a lot. It's a life lesson.
Absolutely. What kind of led you to country music? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so, well, like I said, my dad, God rest his soul, used to tell me about country music all the time, but I was into heavy metal and punk and rock and roll, and, you know, and I was going to beat my own drum, you know, and I was slightly successful with the rock business, but as I said, as you get older, you start to branch out, and I went down to Nashville a couple of times, and they have songwriters in the circle, and everybody in the country genre, every artist in the country genre are so amazingly friendly and helpful. There is no, from what I see, there's no cutthroat. Everybody is just, it's like a brotherhood and sisterhood, because there are a lot of female artists. I don't want to get them mad.
Yeah.
So, and I just love it. And I love the truthfulness of it, and I love the instrumentation, and it just turned me on. So I started writing songs in the country genre, and
awesome.
I love it. So that's where we're at with that. Hopefully it moves forward.
You know, you are absolutely correct when you said male and female, because I try to play a good balance of female artists in this program too. And I know I've interviewed a lot of females, and we talk about it. You know, there's a lot of talk amongst the bigger name artists that, you know, females don't get enough radio airplay on some of these terrestrial stations, but I don't want to do that on this station, you know, and that's why I come up with this thing that we do on Thursdays called Triple Play Thursday. Even if you're a female artist, a band, a group, whatever, whoever, you're getting played 3 times in a row on the program. So we're going to get you on that program as well after this interview tonight.
That's good for me.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Absolutely. So, you know, we love the women of country music as well. Tell us who influenced you in the world of country music. Maybe somebody that you listened to on the radio that kind of made you want to do country music.
Well, what I listen to, I love Eric Church, and I'm also into the slightly heavier types like Brantley Gilbert and Jason Aldean. But Chris Stapleton, I got to tell you, it mesmerizes me when I hear Chris Stapleton and Luke Combs.
Yeah.
But if I go back into what my father has taught me back in the day, you know, Johnny Cash is the deal, and you know, Hank and George Jones and John Denver. I listen to all of that now. I used to not, but now, because you know, I was a teenager that was rebellious against my dad, and I should have kind of listened to him a little more back then. But now, respectfully so, I'm enjoying it very much.
Absolutely. Well, I agree with you on that. Me and Ron Medor, we were just talking, the previous artist I just interviewed before you, you know, about different genres of music, because when I started, my interest in radio and broadcasting was in the 80s. And so it was the 80s music for me, you know, Madonna, Whitney Houston, REO Speedwagon, Journey, Chicago, all of that good stuff. And but I met a girl from Oklahoma. My aunt introduced us. I was still living in California. We were writing letters back and forth. This was before the internet, before cell phones and all that. So, you know, I ended up, we getting married, and I moved to Oklahoma, about an hour from Texas, and everybody down there is listening to country music. And then it was that 90s country that started coming along, and especially those guys from Oklahoma, Toby Keith and Garth Brooks and Vince Gill and all of those guys. And that kind of did it for me. And Blake Shelton, he's been doing it about 20 years, and time flies, man, I'll tell you. But yeah, and that's still, that's some great country music. And now they call it classic country. They've been doing enough to be classified in there with Johnny Cash and the rest of the ones that, like you mentioned.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So, you know, and what is it to you, George, about a song that, you know, that you think makes it a timeless song? Is it the lyrics, the melody, the production, you know, or just a little bit about it? Now, Johnny Cash had the vocals too. I mean, he could talk when he did like Boy Named Sue. He's talking. I mean, his voice was great, wasn't it?
It's just mesmerizing. That's Johnny Cash is Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
and that's what it is. So, I don't, you know, you can classify it as country, you can classify it as bluegrass, whatever, but it's Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
When you say Johnny, you know exactly what we're talking about.
I think a guy can still do well with a girl if he does Conway Twitty and just walks up and says, "Hello, darling. What do you think?"
So let me get back to your question. So what I think makes a good country song, or any song, to be honest with you, yes, the lyrical has something to do with it. The production, yes, it's all in perception of how you take it in, right? So what makes it top is how it relates to the people listening to it, and that's where I think my songs fit in, because I do think they can be timeless, because they adapt to what the world is going through or what somebody's going through. And that's how I look at music. When I listen to a song, it's how it relates to what I'm going through at the time. Yeah. I could listen to a song today and it would mean one thing, and 2 years from now, it could mean a completely different thing.
Oh,
That's
absolutely. And in 30 seconds, I'll tell you this little secret, and I've said it many times on the radio, but we've never talked about it. But in 30 seconds, I know if the song's going to be on the radio because I'm listening for a little bit of everything that you just talked about, the vocals, the production. I like to hear a little bit of everything. A piano in a country song, I love that. I love a ballad in country music. But, in Triple Play Thursday, I try to pick songs with a little bit of everything for everybody, and they're all different, and you guys are so great at that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And do you write your own music?
I write my music. A couple of songs that I have recorded and released, I have not. I went into country music has this songwriters bank that songwriters write, and they're not per se performers, so you take it on and you hope that you can make it your own. I've done that with a couple of songs, but for the most part I try to be a singer-songwriter. It means a lot to me to write songs, but if something catches my ear and I love it, I'm going to record it. So as long as the writer's okay with that, obviously.
Right.
But yes, I do both ways, because to me, a good song is a good song. That's why a lot of people do cover songs, and I've done them too. So to me, a good song is a good song, and if I can present it in my own way, regardless if I wrote it or not, that's what I'm going to do. But awesome. I write songs, yes.
I had a couple of good covers pitched to me this week, as a matter of fact, but I had to tell the artist, and they've got some props. I mean, the people that they've worked with in the past are some big names out there in the world of country music. But this show in this radio program and station has always been about original music. I love the original indie country music. I hear a lot of good cover songs. So I told them, if you could send me something original that I can listen to, be glad to take a listen. What do? Man, first song they send me is amazing. So I haven't played it yet tonight. So we're going to do that on New Music Friday too. But, there's just so much good music out there. And I love a well-done cover song. Now, maybe who are some of your favorite ones to do, song and artist-wise?
Well, I have recorded and released Choices by George Jones. I've done Drink a Beer, which was written by Chris Stapleton, but Luke Bryan did it. I've also, not really country, but I did Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. I like those kind of covers. And then when we play live, we always pop in a cover here or there. Like we'll do a fun thing, like Thank God I'm a Country Boy, or that's just crowd pleasing stuff. That it really has to do with recording it, but it's fun.
That is awesome.
So,
you just taught me something. I did not know that Chris Stapleton wrote Drink a Beer and Luke Bryan recorded. I knew Luke Bryan recorded it. I've heard it on the radio, but I didn't know Chris Stapleton wrote it.
Absolutely.
That is cool. Dude is super talented. I got to give you that. I mean, I know that for a fact. I was watching the CMAs when he first came out, and I think he went up on that stage about 9 times. He probably wore his boots out, man. He was going up there receiving so many awards one night.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
His voice is just, it just melts.
I interviewed an artist a few years ago, and he told his girlfriend, he said, "Hey, we're going to go see a concert." She goes, "Who are we going to go see?" And he said, "Luke Combs." She goes, "Who in the world is that?" And now about a year or two later, she knows who he is. Everybody knows who he is.
Right. Exactly.
So, and when it happens for you, it can happen pretty fast. That's cool. But yeah, you've been at it a while, so keep doing your thing, and that's how we end up finding out you, because I keep doing my thing. I'm at it in year number 10. We just celebrated that in May of the radio program. So I'm glad to put your music on the radio. Tell us about this first song. It's called All About Freedom. Now, about 11 days ago, we celebrated the 4th of July. So freedom isn't free, but we appreciate everybody that fought for our freedom so we can have those kind of celebrations and do what we do and play this kind of music in this country and do a whole lot of other cool things that we do. But tell us about it.
Well, this is one of those songs that caught my ear, and I tweaked it a little bit because it was written by a gentleman named Matt Dunn in a songwriter's pool. And, this country's going through a lot. And through the lyrics of this song, it's a generalization of saying, hey, let's just get together, okay? Because this whole left and right, and not to get political, so I won't, but it's just, enough is enough. We need to get this country back to what it is, and freedom isn't free. So that's what the song is about. It's all about freedom.
I love it. Well, let's play it. His name is George Becker on KICR Indie Country Radio's New Music Friday, and we'll come back and talk some more in just a moment. All about freedom.
I see the fire burning the other side of the hill. I see a line's been drawn. We can fight or we can chill. Been down this road before. We got no dang excuse. Take the lessons that we learn, or let the fools run loose. All about freedom, standing on kneeling, knowing that the reason we love our freedom. It's all about one truth, it's down to me and you. Unclench your fist and lend a hand, it's the only way we'll make it through. About freedom, never stop believing. We got the same reasons. We love our freedom. It's all about the freedom. We can build it all together or watch it all slip away. If you want the right to say what you mean, you better mean what you say. It's time to come together, time to harmonize our voice. There's one thing that we all agree, it's the right to our own choice. It's about the freedom, standing on kneeling, knowing that the reason we love our freedom. It's all about one truth, it's down to me and you. Unclench your fist and lend a hand, it's the only way we'll make it through. About freedom, never stop believing. Got the same reasons, we love our freedom. It's all about the freedom. About the freedom. On this earth, I'd rather call my home. One land, one blood, one heart, or faith that nobody owns. All about the freedom, standing on kneeling, knowing that the reason we love our freedom. It's all about one truth, it's down to me and you. Unclench your fist and lend a hand, it's the only way we'll make it through. About freedom, never stop believing. We got the same reasons, we love our freedom. It's all about the freedom. It's all about freedom. It's all about freedom. It's all about freedom.
His name is George Becker. That is called All About Freedom, KICR Indie Country Radio's New Music Friday. Fantastic song, my friend, and you're getting a couple of good comments in our live chat room, some instant great feedback. I love seeing that. Now I'm just relaying it to you, so good song.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Excellent job on that, too. The vocals are top-notch, and that's what I really noticed. I mean, your production and everything's great as well, but great vocals. You lose that New Jersey accent when you're singing.
I'm trying.
It's fantastic. Hey, let's give a big shout out to the recording studio that you did use to record that, and maybe the other two that you sent over.
Well, I record all of my stuff in my own studio.
Oh, there you go.
Studio, and all my musicians are different right now. They come and they go only because right now we're putting together the live band to go out, and they will be recording in the future all my future stuff.
Man, that is awesome. You know, I say this all the time, and I just told it to Ron Medore, the previous artist I interviewed. He's in South Carolina and works with a couple of other singer-songwriters, and you don't have to be in Nashville necessarily to make great country music. We get it from all over the country, all over the world, and we send it right back to them, syndicated on 13 stations, and they absolutely love that. So there's great, even home studios now with the technology that we have can put out some great country music, and that is awesome that you're doing that at home.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're trying to bring New Jersey to country music.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, I told you before we went on the air, and I give them a shout out every station that I'm on before we get the show started. WFPNradio.org is from New Jersey, and they took our program here about 2 or 3 months ago, and they're playing. You'll get replayed on Saturday and Sunday over there. The Thursday show gets replayed, or I will, and the music too, but the Thursday show gets played on Saturday, and the Friday show gets played on Sunday over there. Or no, actually, they do it back to back. I'm on the air 6 hours straight in New Jersey. That's right. So, and it's on Saturday.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I have a hard time keeping up with all of them when they replay the show.
I'm sure. I saw the big list.
But yeah, we absolutely love doing that for you guys. Great music needs to be heard. I definitely think that for sure.
I'm much appreciated.
Yeah. And, you know, this has never been about, for me, money and marketing and all of that. You know, every time I push play, I enjoy hearing the music. And it's sure fun doing broadcasting when you've got that behind you. And you guys work so hard at it. You know, I'm looking at a song now that All About Freedom, 3 minutes and 39 seconds long, but it's sure a lot more work than that, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It definitely.
Absolutely. Now, tell us a little bit about growing up in New Jersey, and you know, we were talking off the air, and I asked you if you grew up in New Jersey. You're born and raised there. You thought about maybe making that move to Nashville, but you've stuck right there in New Jersey. How's the market for country music in that area?
Well, it's actually growing. Country music is growing very fast all over the country. So in New Jersey, no different. You know, there's cover bar bands doing strictly country music. There's country clubs, and of course, you know, I'm trying to get more on the national level. So, you know, I'm not just worrying about Jersey here in my music. I'm worrying about the whole country and the whole world here in my music. So
right,
that's where we're at. But yeah, I mean, you know, we stayed here because, you know, family is also the basis of it all, right? So
right.
we have my mother, and we have our kids and our grandkids. So, you know, Jersey's where it's at, man. We're not going anywhere.
There you go. And it's great that you can do what you love. You know, even if you're not doing music full time, if you can get this band together and go out and do shows and have fun on the weekends or whenever you get your gigs and perform, there's nothing better than that. And I tell you, I've talked to a lot of artists, and what they really agree on is when somebody out there in the audience knows your songs and they're singing right along with you to your own original music.
There is nothing better than that.
Yeah.
There is nothing.
Absolutely.
That is like the old there.
So let me ask you this question, and I don't, you know, we talked about this. I don't ask any prepared questions before we do the interviews or anything like that. What is George Becker's dream gig? Is there an artist that maybe you would like to perform with on stage, do a duet with, or open for? Who would maybe be some names?
Well, I have a couple of different dream gigs, okay? Number one gig at this point in my life is to play on the stage at the Grand Ole Opry. That's number one dream gig. Doesn't matter who I'm playing with at that point.
There you go.
Okay? But there are artists that I would love to either tour with or do one-off at a theater with or whatever. I like I like Brantley Gilbert. I like Jason Aldean. I like Chris Stapleton. Those three right there, I'll take any one of them. So if you're listening, take me on.
There you go. All right. Well, we hope they're listening. I'll tell you what, that'll definitely help us get on FM radio too. But we appreciate that so much. I appreciate your time tonight. One more question for you, and we're going to play another one of your songs here in just a minute. I'll let you tell us about it here in a second. But where can folks find you on social media?
Okay. If you go on Facebook, just look up George Becker. It'll lead you to it'll go to my personal verified account, and then everything else is attached to it. Or if you go to jadedpast.com, which is my rock band's website, but it has a tab for George Becker Country on it. I know that's a long stretch, but right now, as I'm trying to build it, that's where we're at. And Spotify and YouTube. If you look up George Becker on Spotify and YouTube, the tunes are right there.
There you go.
And tunes and information.
Look up Jaded Past. I might pop up on there too. I don't know.
Yeah, do that. We even have some country flavored songs on that too.
There you go. Man, I appreciate the interview. You have been a blast to talk to, George, and keep doing your thing and send out some more new music one of these days, and we'll get you back on the program. September the 1st, I'm going to a morning show. Love to have you on that. You got a pretty wide open schedule for interviews there. I've got a few booked, but we're looking to do some more interviews, and I'd love to talk to you again. It's been fun.
That's great, because I got a new record coming out soon.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
That'll work. Well, the next song is called Move Along. We do have to do that. We're getting ready to kick off hour number 3, but tell us about this one real quick.
Real quick, I wrote this song thinking about my dad after he passed away, and it's just about enjoying life while you have it. It's as simple as that. Just don't worry about any stress. Just sit back and move along.
I love it. George Becker, he is awesome. Go check him out, and Jaded Past and / George Becker or something like that. Just listen to yeah, there you go. And he will definitely lead you to some great country music, and he's making more. So we're looking forward to that. It's called Move Along on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Long for the day, search through the night. I hear my baby coming in the moonlight. Sound of sirens, I feel the air. Just call my name and I will be there. Home times made me strong. Days roll on. My mind wanders as I write this song. Time goes on, just singing my song. Time goes on as I sit back stars down low. Don't ever let the world pass you by. Grab on to the ones you love and reach for the sky. Hard times made me strong. Days roll on. My waters as I write this song. Time goes on, just singing my song. Time goes on as I sit back, sip my jacket, move along. Time goes on, just singing my song. Time goes on as I sit back, sip my jacket, move along. As I sit back, sip my jacket, move along.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
It's hard to make it to the back pew when you do what I do all night. If the church wasn't so far from this bar, then maybe I'd try. But as it goes, I'm just a no-show, sitting here singing these songs. Spreading the message from the gospel according to Jones. Step right on up, take the grand tour. He stopped loving her today. In Tennessee whiskey and white lightning, they're just some of the choices I've made. It's a real good year for the roses. Remember, the race is still on. There's just a few of the chapters from the gospel according to Jones. I'm just one of the many, and there's plenty trying to fill his shoes. I'm no preacher, but I'm a believer in the cold, hard truth. My altar's this stage, my congregation is full of lost souls. And we hold us a Saturday night service from the gospel according to Jones. You step right on up, take the grand tour. He stopped loving her today. In Tennessee whiskey and white lightning, they're just some of the choices I've made. It's a real good year for the roses. Remember, the race is still on. There's just a few of the chapters from the gospel according to Jones. Well, St. Hank and St. Lefty and Brother Whalen,
the gospel according to Jones. Yeah, we're gonna sing up in heaven, says the gospel according to Jones. Yeah, according to Jones.
That is the gentleman that we talked about, the radio interview with George Becker that just turned 65 years young. My good buddy, Mr. Freddie Pate, the Gospel According to Jones. He does a great George Jones tribute show, and you can check out the video to the Gospel According to Jones on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.net. Welcome to hour number 3 of Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, hosting the show. We are KICR Indie Country Radio, and we just had a great radio interview with Mr. George Becker. If you missed it, don't worry. It's going to be replayed on 13 radio stations, and it is going to be posted on our website for a long, long time. So go check it out on our website, KICRIndieCountryRadio.com as well. This next artist charted 9 #1 singles with her former record label, Curb Records. Now she owns her own independent record label. It is called Dreambound Records. Her name is Jo Dee Messina. Perhaps you've heard of her. This is from her independent record label. It is called Love on a Maybe from Jo Dee Messina on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's best on New Music Friday.
You say, don't be mad at you, but what am I supposed to do? I can't keep wasting space in my heart. You get close and then you push away. Your car is back in my driveway. You know what to say. I hope you stay. Can't come back around, getting my hopes up.
world, there was one man, Tim Kelly, and there was only one radio station, Indie Country Radio.
Could be old school in the 90s radio. Kick back chillin' with a bottle of Merlot. Could be cruising down a county road or collecting sunsets on the coast. Your every picture on my phone, the reason I wanna come home. Ask me if I wanna be with you. Baby, I do. Baby, I do love everything about you. Don't wanna wake up without you. Don't want any other lips to kiss you or any other heart to miss you. Don't want nobody else walking down the aisle. Under that veil, I wanna see your smile. I know what I'll say when the preacher looks my way. Ask me if I wanna marry you. Baby, I do. Yeah, baby, I do. Always in your corner, always if you're back. Always there for you, you can count on that. My secret keeper, my safe place. My angel, my saving grace. Know my thoughts, what makes me tick. Always amazed at just how we fit. As time flies by, I want you to be sitting next to me, sharing memories. Baby, I do love everything about you. Don't wanna wake up without you. Don't want any other lips to kiss you or any other heart to miss you. Don't want nobody else walking down the aisle. Under that veil, I wanna see your smile. I know what I'll say when the preacher looks my way. Ask me if I wanna marry you. Baby, I do. Yeah, baby, I do. I'll cherish you for the rest of my life. Take my last name. Want you for my wife. To heaven, hold heart and soul. Baby, I do love everything about you. Don't wanna wake up without you. Don't want any other lips to kiss you or any other heart to miss you. Don't want nobody else walking down the aisle. Under that veil, I wanna see your smile. I know what I'll say when the preacher looks my way. Ask me if I wanna marry you. Baby, I do. Baby, I do. Baby, I do. Baby, I do.
I just finished a radio interview with the lead singer for Hurricane Highway. That group right there, his name is Ed Holland. They are from the UK, but they just got back from Nashville and making that magic right there. Their latest single is called Baby I Do. Go check it out. Go purchase that. That is fantastic. Their latest effort called Baby I Do from Hurricane Highway. This next gentleman is born in Australia, was born in Australia, raised in Canada, and now lives in Nashville, Tennessee. I'll get it right. He is a 26-time Canadian Country Music Association Award winner, 3-time Male Vocalist of the Year, and a good friend of mine, Mr. Gord Bamford. This is called Heaven on Dirt on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on New Music Friday.
It's a tin roof on a front porch, hound dog at the screen door. How could anybody want more than a little piece of heaven on dirt? You roll up in your off-road, underneath that halo. Can't hide with camo, my little piece of heaven on dirt. Coyotes howling hallelujah, sundown saying I saw the light, sliding my rocking chair next to you. Swear I've never been this high by your side. Feels like I found my chicken picking on a guitar, going fishing when it gets dark. Oh, it sounds like heaven on dirt. Coyotes howling hallelujah, sundown singing I saw the light, sliding my rocking chair next to you. Swear I've never been this high by your side. Feels like I found my heaven on dirt. This old red clay barbed wire hideaway seems like a million miles away. Feels like another world sitting right here with you, girl. They can have their high-rise, concrete and bright lights. Long as I'm on this side, give me hearing you and that flannel shirt. Ain't nothing worth this kind of church. It's like heaven on dirt. Can you hear that? Hear that? Baby, can you hear that? Coyotes howling hallelujah, sundown singing I saw the light, sliding my rocking chair next to you. Swear I've never been so high by your side. Feels like I found my heaven on dirt. My little heaven on dirt. Heaven on dirt.
New country sounds like this.
I'd rather drink a hot beer, build a fire in the pouring rain, burn all of my fishing gear, then set sail in a hurricane.
And this.
I don't wanna be a good time girl, arm around my shoulder, shutting down your favorite bar.
And this.
99 Halo couldn't take you away.
You're listening to the best in new country music on KICR Indie Country Radio.
Why you gotta be so cold? I thought you never could. Make it look easy, getting over me, like we were never that good. Living without you sounds crazy. I'm already missing you, baby. I've been talking to the bottle all night, been trying to keep you in the back of my mind. I've been counting on the buzz of a neon high to get me by, yeah. I burned through every bourbon on ice, but losing you still cuts like a knife. I could try something new every night, but nothing goes good with goodbye. Why you gotta look so good all over town? Come on, baby, talk to me. Tell me how I let you down. I'll be right here where I've been lately. Just hoping this downtown bar will save me. Yeah, I've been talking to the bottle all night, been trying to keep you in the back of my mind. I've been counting on the buzz of a neon high to get me by, yeah. I burned through every bourbon on ice, but losing you
on KICR Indie Country Radio. His name is John Morgan. That is called Good With Goodbye. He is a former contestant on America's Song Contest that airs on NBC. You can check out the video to Good With Goodbye from John Morgan on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. Miss Chelsea James from Seymour, Missouri is up next. This is called Spinnin'. Let's spin it right now on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's best on New Music Friday.
Looking up, watching my mom and dad dancing in the kitchen. Teenage county fair, Ferris wheel, big deal kissing. Saturday, first date, couple skate, can't stop grinning. Home team curveball burning. Front porch ice cream churning. The moon goes around the earth goes around the sun. Looking out at the universe, it's the same ride for everyone. The ups, the downs, the roundabouts of the losing and winning, no end or beginning. That's how you know you're out there really living. 'Cause everything around you is spinning. Sugar high when you're 5, ring around the rosy in the backyard. First bike, gravel drive, laid out on the ground, seeing stars. Red wine buzz after rush, that was us at the college bar. Shiny new rims on an old car, and winding up strings on a guitar. The moon goes around the earth goes around the sun. Looking out at the universe, it's the same ride for everyone. The ups, the downs, the roundabouts of the losing and winning, no end or beginning. That's how you know you're out there really living. 'Cause everything around you is spinning. Oh, like a ball of clay on the potter's wheel, taking shape, and that's what he made. The moon go around the earth go around the sun. Out in the universe, it's the same ride for everyone. The ups, the downs, the roundabouts of the losing and winning, no end or beginning. That's how you know you're out there really living. 'Cause everything around you is spinning. Everything is spinning.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's Country.
I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music. I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing New Country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
There's a price to pay for a mother's love. There's a price for liberty. When a son goes off to war, we learn freedom isn't free. And where some will see an army, I will see 1,000 suns. There are prayers that must be whispered for the man he must become. Should you fall upon the battlefield, should you feel the cloak of death, if 100 men lie dying, will I feel your final breath? Can a mother's prayers be answered? Can the strength I need be found? There's a love that can't be broken for the son that's union bound. Will you leave my side a young boy and return a broken man? Will you fight beside your brothers and defend this precious land? Will you hear the cries of soldiers that will never walk again? Will you feel my love surrounding you if you're ever near the end? Should you fall upon the battlefield, should you feel the oak of death, if 100 men lie dying, will I feel your final breath? Can a mother's prayers be answered? Can the strength I need be found? There's a love that can't be broken for the son that's union bound. A soldier fights for victory, a slave fights to be free, and a mother's heart is chained by love to the child upon her knee. Whether blue or gray, black or white, the blood still spills the same. And while some will leave those haunted fields, some forever shall remain. Should you fall upon the battlefield, should you feel the cloak of death, if 100 men lie dying, will I feel your final breath? Can a mother's prayers be answered? Can the strength I need be found? There's a love that can't be broken for the son that's union bound. There's a love that can't be broken for the son that's union bound.
Making their radio debut tonight on KICR Indie Country Radio. That is a great group called Nickabilly, and Billy Anderson is doing lead vocals on that song. It is from a Civil War movie entitled Union Bound. That is also the title of the song, Nickabilly, Union Bound. That is a great, great song right there. And during the interview with George Becker tonight, I was talking about them because they're the ones that sent me a couple of cover songs originally, and I told them I like originals better than the covers. That's what we play on this program, so they sent me that right there. Union Bound, Nickabilly. Go get that one. It is fantastic. We're going to send this next one out to Donna from Nashville listening to us, and in our live chat room tonight, the latest single from Jonathan Lynn. It is called The Mightiest of Men on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Will the mightiest of men have had their troubled times? They've walked down lonely roads and through the potholes of life, and they knew in their hearts there was another way. It wasn't very easy to make it through each day. Well, the mightiest of men have got down on their knees and prayed out to Jesus in their times of need, and they've asked for God's forgiveness and His saving grace. The mightiest of men have looked upon His face. The mightiest of men have had tears in their eyes when they prayed to Jesus to come into their lives, and they knew they couldn't win their battles on their own, so they trusted in Jesus, and now they're not alone. Well, the mightiest of men have got down on their knees and prayed out to Jesus in their times of need, and they've asked for God's forgiveness and His saving grace. The mightiest of men have looked upon His face. Now they know the power that comes from God above, and they have felt the wonders of His love. Oh, the mightiest of men know the power of prayer and have learned God's loving and how much Jesus cares. Well, the mightiest of men have got down on their knees and prayed out to Jesus in their times of need, and they've asked for God's forgiveness and His saving grace. Yes, the mightiest of men have looked upon His face. Yes, the mightiest of men have looked upon His face.
You're listening to New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio.
He looks like he's bad news, 6'5" 5'5" with a couple tattoos, a smoking habit and a drinking problem. Sounds like he's my Prince Charming. Blames his on his checkered past, like his DUI from his last relapse. If he spent a couple nights in the county jail, well, somebody gave me a wedding veil. I can't change them, I can't fix them, but damn, I sure can pick them. Pick up the tab when they ain't got a dime, picking up problems that ain't even mine, picking them up even though I know better. I'm just picking up trash and calling it treasure. I'm picking up trash and calling it treasure. I tried making nice with the yes ma'am types, the kind I know my mama likes, but I like good times, not good manners, so I go on back to my low standards and pick up the tab when they ain't got a dime, picking up problems that ain't even mine, picking them up even though I know better. I'm just picking up trash and calling it treasure. I'm picking up trash and calling it treasure. One too many shot of whiskey doers, the prescription pill abusers. Well, I always seem to choose them and pick up the tab when they ain't got a dime, picking up problems that ain't even mine, picking them up even though I know better, picking them up even though I know better, picking up the tab when they ain't got a dime, picking up problems that ain't even mine, picking them up even though I know better. Just picking up trash and calling it treasure. I'm picking up trash and calling it treasure. I can't change them, I can't fix them, but damn, I sure can pick them.
You can check out the video to Treasure by Mary Heather Hickman on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. This next artist is a good friend of ours. We met a couple of years ago when he was in Springfield, Missouri doing a show. His name is Josh Ward from Montgomery, Texas. This is called Together. It is great to be together with you tonight on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio. New Country's best on New Music Friday.
There's a lot about me that you don't know. There's a whole lot of things that I don't show. But you can tell when something's weighing on my mind. You always find a way to make things right. Oh, but girl, you got me pouring my heart out tonight. You're the rocks around my arms, around my true north when I'm headed south. A lighthouse in my darkest harbor when I think it couldn't get any harder. You calm the seas when the waves get rough. I'm sinking down, you lift me up. Shelter in the stormy weather. Even when I'm holding you, you're holding me together.
south, lighthouse in my darkest harbor. Well, I think it couldn't get any harder. You calm the seas when the waves get rough. I'm sinking down, you lift me up. Give me shelter in the stormy weather. Even when I'm holding you, you're holding me together. You're holding me together.
Number one for today's country. New music discovery. Now.
You don't wanna talk about us, but you sure as hell talk about yourself. You don't wanna open up when I ask you about the way you feel. You should wanna lock the door and turn down the lights, but you don't ever wanna say that you'll be mine. Cause you don't wanna give us a title. You don't wanna be my boyfriend, and you don't wanna make your mind up, but you want me to stay for the weekend. I don't wanna sign your terms and conditions if we've just been friends all along. It's never really a girl, 'cause you don't wanna give us a title. Yeah, you don't wanna give us a title. Oh, you don't wanna give me up, but you don't wanna give up your options. You just wanna hit me up when you need candy on your arm. Then you wanna lock the door and turn down the lights, but you don't ever wanna say that you'll be mine. 'Cause you don't wanna give us a title. You don't wanna be my boyfriend, and you don't wanna make your mind up, but you want me to stay for the weekend. I don't wanna sign your terms and conditions if we've just been friends all along. I was never really your girl, 'cause you don't wanna give us a title. You can call me an old flame or call me a mistake you made. Just don't call me anymore. If you don't wanna give us a title, you don't wanna be my boyfriend, and you don't wanna make your mind up, but you want me to stay for the weekend. I don't wanna sign your terms and conditions if we've just been friends all along. It's never really your girl, 'cause you don't wanna give us a title. You don't wanna give us a title.
You can check out the video to Title by Lexi Rose on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. Well, this next gentleman and yours truly have known each other for about 8 years. We have met on several occasions. We have won awards together at big venues, and we are still loving playing his music. The latest single from Darren Morris from the Darren Morris Band from Gilmer, Texas. It is called Weekend. We'll get you ready for that right now on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on New Music Friday.
It might be a Friday, Saturday or Sunday. It's finally time for us to all unwind. Knock the workday off your boots, turn on up and just let loose. Lift those long necks to the sky. We've been waiting for the weekend. Tonight let's jump into the deep end. Find a place with a party crowd. Crank that country music loud. We'll burn our candles from both ends. We've been waiting for the weekend. Fire it up and start the show. Lone Star neon lights. We've been waiting for the weekend. Tonight, let's jump into the deep end. Find a place with a party crowd. Crank that country music loud. We'll burn our candles from both ends. We've been waiting for the weekend. Come on. We've been waiting for the weekend. Tonight, let's jump into the deep end. Find a place with a party crowd. Crank that country music loud. We'll burn our candles from both ends. We've been waiting for the weekend. We'll burn our candles from both ends. We've been waiting for the weekend.
New country sounds like this.
Hey moon, I'm giving it all that I got. Hey moon, I'm down to my last shot.
And this.
Felt like living and I felt like dying. Whoa, come on back to me.
And this.
Hey, pretty boy, you were pretty sure it was gonna work out for you.
You're listening to the best in new country music on KICR Indie Country Radio.
Had enough of your place of minds. Hey girl, half drunk pickup lines. Same old small talk, last call rounds. Been there too many times. Some studio apartment, just a cab ride down the road. Ain't as far as I wanna go. So if you wanna take me home, then take me home to meet your mama. Show me where you grew up. If more than tonight is what you want, I need to know where you're coming from. 'Cause I'm more than a stamp on my left hand and waking up alone. Boy, I need a man that wants to take me home. I wanna spend all afternoon seeing what made you you. Where'd you go on a Friday night? What song were you listening to? Those pencil lines on your door frame, those old posters on your wall. Don't leave out anything. Yeah, I wanna see it all. Take me home to meet your mama. Show me where you grew up. If more than tonight is what you want, I need to know where you're coming from. I'm more than a stamp on my left hand and been there too many times.
You're listening to New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio.
You might have said it first, beat me to the punch, boy. 3 little words that sum up the way you look at me, babe. Saying it right now, it's a little deeper. Just when I think I can, I love you more than any storm that's coming. Let the sky keep falling. Yeah, the world's got nothing on us. You won't scare me away, so bring on the rain. I love you more than any tide that's turning. Let the sun keep burning. No, it won't be perfect, but on the worst of our days, that's what I mean when I say I love you more. I look into your eyes and my heart starts dancing. Even when we fight, I can't stay mad, 'cause you make me laugh. And to this day it's nothing different. Not that it's a competition, but I love you more than any storm that's coming. Let the sky keep falling. Yeah, the world's got nothing on us. You won't scare me away, so bring on the rain. I love you more than any tide that's turning. Let the sun keep burning. No, it won't be perfect, but on the worst of our days, that's what I mean when I say I love you more. Swear I'm your biggest fan. Just when I think I can, I love you more than any storm that's coming. Let the sky keep falling. Yeah, the world's got nothing on us. You won't scare me away, so bring on the rain. I love you more than any tide that's turning. Let the sun keep burning. No, it won't be perfect, but on the worst of our days, that's what I mean when I say I love you more. Yeah, I love you more.
You can check out the video to I Love You More by Avery Anna on our TV channel ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. And before that, Lexi Hayden, Take Me Home, also video on ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of New Music Friday. That's going to take me home. And I want to thank my special guest, Mr. Ron Mador, for joining me tonight, and George Becker. 2 great radio interviews. Listen to them over and over again on our syndicated stations and on our website, KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. Today's Country with Tim Kelly is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like us there on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next week, I will see you on the radio. You guys have a great week, a great weekend. Stay cool, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a corner.